If you guys enjoy our live shows like we're doing right now, our daily videos, sometimes multiple times per day, and of course our Cowboys watch parties, then share this video right now on social media. It's a great way to get the show in front of new audience and allow us to continue to grow and expand here at the Cowboys Report. We begin today's show with some wide receiver 3 conversation. I thought Michael Gallup, especially with the way he had been playing the past, since the injury, I thought had one of his better games against Philadelphia. Very quality showing against the Eagles. Still does struggle to generate separation. The average separation was, again, under 1.5 yards. That was far below average. The league average is around 3, so it's half of the league average. Not exactly great, but he did a good job at winning at the catch point. As Gallup and Tolbert continue to split reps, I think the modified role for Gallup has been a good thing for him. Gallup had 3 catches against Philadelphia for 48 yards. The 1 touchdown was great design. You do the little pick play inside of a yard. They're not going to throw the flag for that there. That's designed. It's allowed. It's legal. Good design. Gallup gets open with ease there because so much attention goes to CeeDee Lamb, who, think they're going to run the pick play for Lamb? No. They ran for Gallup instead. Had the great sideline diving catch as well. Great throw, great catch there. Gallup, by the way, did outsnap Jalen Tolbert against the Eagles. 40 snaps for Gallup, 37 for Jalen Tolbert, and 11 for Kevontae Turpin. Since the bye, in fact, entering that Eagles game, the snap counts for Gallup and Tolbert had been identical. Gallup now has a 3-snap lead. Now, there's a little bit of noise in there with some of those fourth quarters not mattering that much. It actually led to some more Jalen Brooks snaps, who was inactive again this past week for giving Princeton Fant some run on special teams instead. Similar targets, actually one more for Tolbert. Gallup has caught more of those passes for more yards and has the extra touchdown. Gallup has been much better in this role for the Cowboys. He seems more comfortable on the smaller pitch count, not being force-fed as many targets. There are still times I don't love the targets. I still think some of the least accurate throws from Dak tend to go to Gallup. That kind of think is a red flag for the wide receiver, but he's been better. He has improved his play as of late. That is a good thing for Dallas. I think it is very clear. Gallup is much better operating as more of a wide receiver 3 than he is trying to masquerade as a wide receiver 2 or whatever. So pick your wide receiver 3 then. And I think it is kind of more of a 1A, 1B scenario with Gallup right now. That's fine. Who has to be the 3A, 3B? MG for Michael Gallup, JT for Jalen Tolbert, or KT for Kevontae Turpin. It is the pinned comment on today's video. So if that ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Let's move now to some defensive conversation. How about Stefan Gilmore? I thought he was incredible against Philadelphia. Took on A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown talked some trash, and what's the old saying? Don't piss off a great player. Seemed to happen with Stefan Gilmore. Apparently, A.J. Brown called Gilmore old at the beginning of the game, which is not wrong. But Gilmore used that as motivation. Here's what he said post-game. I just didn't like how he, A.J. Brown, called me old at the beginning of the game. So it lit a fire in me a little bit. I was mad. The only thing I could do was show him I was still here, and I think I did that today. Here are the numbers from Stefan Gilmore, mostly covering A.J. Brown. There were some Devonta Smith reps as well. 11 targets, 8 catches, 81 yards. Those numbers are like, it's not great ratios there. Only 4 of those plays went for first down. So that's actually really good. So there were some completions. A couple of those kind of came later in the game when Cowboys were playing some extra off coverage, everything in front of them. That's fine. There was also the key forced fumble by Stefan Gilmore. I thought he played really well. Had the huge tackle on the 1 third down play, one-on-one against Devonta Smith, brings him down short of the first down marker. You will allow the underneath catch if short of the first down. I thought Gilmore was awesome. By the way, Deron Bland did not get targeted very much. 4 targets, 8 yards. Well, the long was 9, by the way. It was one he ended up losing a yard. It was a nice play by Bland. They avoided him. They did not want to target Bland today. They targeted Gilmore. Or last night, I should say. Either way, didn't matter. Hurts did not have a great game on offense. Brown put up fine numbers. He had like 94 yards, but the bad fumble and a lot of targets that not really go for enough, I should say, from the Cowboys. Today's show is sponsored by PrizePicks. This is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. A couple of big reasons why I am a huge fan of what PrizePicks offers. The biggest of which, it is just you against the numbers. You are not battling thousands of other players, pros, sharks, got to finish the top 5% or whatever to make anything. It's a little bit easier. You just pick 2 to 6 player stat projections. More than, less than, watch the winnings roll in. You just got to know ball to win on PrizePicks, not beat other people. You can mix and match sports too, by the way. You can do NFL, NBA, NFL bowl games as well. Bowl games and NBA, whatever. The reboot policy, it's basically injury insurance. They are the only DFS platform to offer that. If a player who was part of your picks goes down in the first half, does not return in the second, the player is rebooted, and your picks stay alive as a result. I am a huge fan of the flex play. I have hit 8 of my last 9 picks via the flex play. So we're going to add a specialty one for the Monday Night Football doubleheader tonight. Getting more than Jordan Love passing yards because the passing game has not been good for the Giants. I love Jordan Love going more than that. Someone's got to catch passes, give me more than on the Jaden Reed receiving yards. And Raheem Mostert, more than rushing yards. 45.5 seems low, even with A-Chain back against the solid Titans run defense. But I do the flex play. Got to get 2 out of 3 right to come out on top. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Link will be in the comments and the description of today's show. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS. Fergie's breakout. Let's talk about that now. The breakout year continues for the second-year tight end as he continues to look more dynamic than what Dalton Schultz can offer, or at least did offer this Cowboys team. Ferguson has had several quality games this year. Some of his best games coming against the Eagles. You know how Witten always used to torch the Giants? Fergie's kind of starting to just torch the Eagles there. 51 catches, 570 yards, 11.2 average, 5 touchdowns. To put that in perspective of where he ranks among all the other tight ends in the NFL this year, he is tied for 7th in targets. He's 10th in catches, 8th in yards. So he's doing, higher, better averages there relative to yards and catches. Tied for 4th in scores. Where he has been at his best is yards after catch. Again, this entering Monday Night Football set of games, so could see some adjustments there. He's 5th in yak. He has 306 yards after the catch. Remember how I said he's more explosive than Schultz? Schultz has 174. So we're nearly double the yards after catch. Not quite, but getting closer to it. 8th in total EPA, which again, there's some volume stuff involved there, Hockenson has like 85 catches this year. He's going to have more EPA, which is how it tends to work there. Ferguson's been really good. He is clearly your second best playmaker. Cooks has played very well too. He's in that conversation. I think Fergie's been that good. So grade Jake Ferguson this year. A, B, C, D, or F. Head into the comments section and grade him. I think it's at least an A or a B. What do you guys think though? Let me hear from you in the comments. Staying on offense with Terence Steele conversation. Look, he was bad against the Eagles the last time these two teams played back in Week 9. Was much, much better in Week 14. And the numbers, again, all per PFF, absolutely bear this out. Week 9, he allowed 4 sacks. That number dropped down to 1 in Week 14. Now, it was a bad sack. He lunged and totally whiffed on his punch. And when you whiff on your punch, you're cooked as an offensive lineman. It's the worst, easiest way to lose a rep. 1 hit allowed versus 0. 3 hurries allowed versus 7 back in Week 9. So you went from 12 pressures to 4. A significant difference. Did have 1 flag. Also graded out better as a run blocker as well. So what is your confidence level in Terence Steele right now? Scale it for me from 1 to 10. 1 on the low end, 10 on the high end. If you have not already, by the way, make sure you are subscribed. Free Cowboys YouTube videos every day, often multiple times per day, right here on the channel, plus shorts as well. I had for a good amount of time this season, I've been like, the Safeties are not playing well. They're not playing well enough. They're not playing well enough. I don't think it's an accident. The Cowboys put up their best defensive performance since, I don't know, week 1, whatever it ended up being against the Giants, or maybe there's against a quality opponent, even I'd say best game in a very, very long time, in a game in which the defense played super well. And the safeties in particular stepped up against Philadelphia. 4 tackles for Jaron Kearse. 0 PBUs, no forced fumbles, no interceptions, whatever. I thought he played very good football from that perspective. But it was solid. Like, he wasn't splashy, but he was solid. The splash plays did come, though. Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson. Malik Hooker gets the fumble recovery. Donovan Wilson had a fumble recovery and a forced fumble. I've been asking, hey, need big plays, need big plays, need big plays. You got splash plays. That is a big deal for me for the Cowboys moving forward. I am very happy with the way those safeties played. Now do it again against Buffalo, Miami, the Lions down the stretch and the postseason.